Hey guys, it's Steph. Today I'm going to talk to you about Sentient by J. Alex Kevern. This was my number 4 game of the year, and I simply love it. It is dice rolling and card collecting, drafting with a little bit of area control. So in this game, I will be playing with Ron. He's next to me, even though you can't see him. You see his hand. We're going to be doing a teach and playthrough. I'm going to go over the rules briefly and then explain as I play the game what I'm doing. So the first thing we do is roll the dice. Everybody has 5 dice, and you can place them on your player aid, your player sheet here, accordingly. Okay, you got 5 dice. So there's this tableau out here. We each have 4 workers and 5 assistants. There's little pawn thingies. Now, when we go, we're going to go alternating turns, and we're going to place a guy in a location. There are 4 different locations, one above each of these cards. Where I go depends on which card I'm going to take. So if I go here, I will get this service card. When I take a card, I have 4 available locations to place these cards in between the dice that I have rolled already. I'll move this up a little bit. Okay. So when you take a card, you immediately adjust the dice you put next to it. So if I go here and take this card, there you go. You'll see the plus and the minus in the top right and left hand corners. So if I go and place this card right here, on my left, it has the plus symbol. So I'm going to increase my die by 1. So my 1 went to a 2. And on the right hand side, I had the minus, so my 2 would go to a 1. So you always adjust the dice according to what it says in the top right and left hand corner.
And this.
Oh, yes, there is also an equal sign. Some cards have equal, and therefore you would not alter the dice at all.
Or you could use one of these guys to stop it from altering a die.
Yes, I didn't get to that, Ron. Ron's already correcting me. But no, yes, this is true. You have these assistants. When you play your guy out in the field, you're going to be using your assistants as well if you want to. Now, these help for an area control at the end of the game. Or, when you play your card, if you don't want to adjust the die, you can simply place this on top of the symbol that said plus, and then you wouldn't have to increase it at all. It would remain the same. Now, this is important because each round, there are 3 rounds, we'll have these industry tiles that we're going to try and claim, but we're also going to score each individual card at the end of the game. So this one I keep picking up says, if both of your dice, so you look at both of the dice that it's in between, are less than or equal to 5, then you would get this card. Then you would get the points listed at the bottom of the card. 4 points in this case. So this actually works really well for me if I were to do this on my first turn because my dice I had a 2 and a 1 after the adjustment. So at the end of the game, if these dice remain the same, then I would get, or at the end of the round, I would get these 4 points because it is less than or equal to 5. So I have to be careful. The next card I play, well, I don't have to be that careful because anything I increase or decrease with the pink die right here wouldn't matter because it will still be equal to or less than 5. So that's safe. Whatever I put here will be okay. But in other cases, if this was in the middle and both of these 2 2s increased to 3 and 3, then it would not be a valid card at the end of the game. So it's something you have to look for. It's a puzzly type of game. There's also an end game scoring that will happen. We all start with 1 factory I happen to have information, the blue one, which is actually my favorite type of card because each type of industry is presented in cards and they all have like a similar pattern to them. They might not be the same thing, but they have a similar feel for what you're trying to do with the dice. But they score you extra points at the end of the game. So my information, every blue card that I collect at the end of the game will be worth 1 point. Now, the majority tokens, Ron, gave me some. If it looked like this, I would have 3 wooden tokens at the end of the round. I would be winning the majority for both of these industries. But if we had a tie for service, so like I would have 3 tokens, he would have 3 tokens, then he would actually win because the more people you have there will be the tiebreaker for situations like that. But since I would have the majority for over this blue factory, then I would get that one. Since he has presence, he'll get the point with it. He would get the service, I would get the 1 point. You'll see as we play though. There you go, Ron. So when you play your worker, you have the opportunity to play your assistants with it, but you might want to save on to some in case you need that last minute saved item on your card, so you wouldn't be messed up for scoring at the end of the round. So I will let Ron go first.
Switch turn order. That's right.
Oh yeah, so this is the turn order track. I was on top, so I was supposed to go first, but I'll let Ron go first. Each round, this will alter, but if you pass in the round, you're giving up your opportunity to go first. That token will be placed there, and the cards will sweep. Now, you don't get to take your turn right away, but they will sweep in case you don't like any of the cards. You'll have a new opportunity to get more cards later on. Everybody will end up with 4 cards at the end of the round, though. Okay, Ron?
Okay. Well, I think I'll go here and take this transport. No, I won't. That's a terrible one for me to take. I'll go over here and take this transport one. Because this 1 minus goes to a 6, and this 2 goes to a 3, and now this die is greater than this die, so it's scoring.
It's going to score at the end of the round. So the 1s and the 6s always wrap around. So if you had a 6 and you had to increase the die, it will actually go up to a 1 because they wrap around. Or if you had to decrease a 1, it would turn over to a 6. So that's what Ron just did to make this card work for him. There are no blue cards. That's probably the first thing I would look for. So I'll do the card that I put on display because I forgot to change my dice back anyway. So I already upgraded my 1 to a 2 and downgraded my 2 to a 1 for this card since it works for me. I added an assistant to this. I don't want to give Ron all my secrets, but it's mostly because the information, I might want to double up my information bonus at the end of the game. So every information or any factory tile that I claim will score that type of card. So if I have 2 information factories, then I'll score all my blue cards double at the end of the game. Or if I had 3, I'd score them 3 times as much. Pretty good end game scoring if you can manage it. But you can collect any number of factory tiles as you go. This game's really puzzly.
I'm going to go for the service one. I'm going to put it here. This becomes a 6. So that is currently worth 6 points at the end of the game to me.
So his service card says both of his dice combined minus 6 points. So it's actually worth 4 points.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thought you said 6 points.
Maybe I did. I could be wrong.
Okay, so this card is saying the lower value of either die. So if I had a 2 and a 2, they're equal. So 2 minus 1 would be 1 point. So that's not so great. This one is 7 minus the higher numbered die on either side. So that actually might not be so bad. So I will just go there with 1 guy and take this one. And I will decrease that and increase this from a 2 to a 3. And then that was decreased from a 2 to a 1. Still okay with my other military card that I got. So 1 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5. So that will be scoring at the end of the round for 4 points. Okay, Ron.
I don't like these as much. So I'm going to go here and demonstrate sweeping the row of cards.
So Ron is passing. This is excellent because I didn't like any of those cards particularly. So I'm always happy to see more cards.
Oh, no! Blue card!
Yay, blue cards! So blue cards, because it's my own personal factory industry, then I can score at least 1 point for my blue cards that I collect, no matter what, even if I didn't collect any other factory tokens. This is saying number 3. If the die on either side is a 3, you'll score points. So if I had only 1, then it'd be worth 2 points. If I had both of them listed as 3, then I would score 7 points. Now with the dice that I have 4, 6, and 3, it might not be so great. I could at least score one of them, but I can't get that 6 down to a 3 before the end of the round. So maybe that plus that is 5. So let me just see if that works. That one, it will definitely work. So I'll just add some more tokens there and put this one here. So my 4 goes down to a 3. Oh no, I screwed up. It's not gonna work, Ron. It's not gonna work. Alright, well I took it and Ron already revealed. So my 4 went down to a 3. Oh, but I could spend my assistant to save myself. Otherwise the 6 was gonna go up to a 1, which would have then made the card invalid. But because I can use my assistant, I will choose to do that and save myself for now. Who knows what the next card will bring. This is why you save your little assistants. They help you in a bind. Because I want my 3 to be less than 6, not the 3 to be less than 1, because that won't work.
Let's see. Should I try and be a jerk?
Hey.
Let's just dump everybody I got
Really?
down there for this lovely card.
Wow.
Goes here. That becomes a 5.
So you think you have an area, but you really don't know until... Oh, the 2, huh? Plus...
It doesn't work with the numbers.
It doesn't work with my numbers.
It doesn't work with the numbers.
5 less than 3. I might just take it anyway, so I could save my majority here. I don't know if it'll be worth it though. None of the other one. I'm gonna pass.
So you put your thing there and sweep away.
So you can pass once per round. Ron and I both did it. Because he passed first, he'll be going last in the next round. He was going to be going last anyway, though. But I don't get first dibs, so Ron still has a worker left. Wait, yeah, because you passed. Yeah.
So Steph has 4 there. I've got 5 there. She can get to 7 there. I can only get to 6 there.
This is true. You really want that blue one? Just because I want it?
Probably.
I don't have any blue cards.
I know. So you shouldn't even want it.
Maybe I'll have blue cards.
Nah. So let's see. But the purple card doesn't work for me.
Even and odd.
Nope. I think this might be the best card, at least.
So minus is good. 5. Oh, these actually work perfectly. So I will go here and drop everything there. Take this card, because if I minus that to a 5 and minus that to a 2, that equals 7.
Yay.
Magically works. I love when everything is magic.
Okay.
So now the round is over. We each have 4 cards. We score our cards and how we did. So this one, 3 is less than 5, so I get 4 points. This one shows 5 plus 2 is 7, so I would get 5 points. 7 minus the higher number is 2 in this case, so I get 5 points. This is 1 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5, so I would get 4 points. And Ron nicely handed out my tokens. I get all these tokens and clear my cards. Now I have to keep my cards separate from the other cards because they will be scored at the end of the game.
Now let's see how I did.
How did Ron do?
Now this card gets me 3 points because 5 is greater than or equal to 3. Higher number minus 2, so 6, so that's 4. Sum of the dice minus 6 is 3. And I have 1 5 for 2 points. So I only ended up with 10. Oh, nope.
I got 18.
I got 12 points.
Starting off strong. However, now we look to the majority section of this round. So Ron gets this and this factory because he had the majority over here. I don't get second place because I didn't even have presents there. Now over here is a different story. I have 4 pieces of wood. He has 3, so I would get transport.
And I would get the point.
I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. But I have 4 guys, so I win the tiebreaker for this one.
Yep.
So I would get that one. And then Ron took my information from me because he has 5 pieces of wood and I have 4, so I'd get the 1 point. Now, if there's even a tie between pieces, we would look at the turn order for that round, and then that would also break ties. So Ron would have broken ties in that way. Those cards sweep. We get new industry tiles. Oh, how about some purple?
How about some purple?
We gotta put out the ones. You get all your people back. And you get to roll your dice again. Love rolling dice! So I got a 3 pink, another 3 pink, a 3 green, and a 1. And a 1 blue, and a 5 purple. Now, it'd be really great if I saw that blue 3 card come up again, because I got a lot of 3s out here. I'm first. Yay! So these are all like in the similar family of the industry factory type. So both of the sum of the dice equals odd. Combined equals odd. Each die would be even.
Each die is odd.
Each die is odd.
One side even, one side odd.
Huh. So very interesting. Even, minus. Actually, that card works for me. So, sure. I will go over here. I get to have an even and odd on either side, but that would go here. So I would decrease my 3 to a 2, and then this die would remain even because it's an equal. So right now the card is working, so let's try and keep it that way. Ron.
I think I'm going to go over here.
Have your dice each be even.
So that becomes a 2, that stays a 5, but we'll fix that later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I do like pink because I have 1 pink factory tile. So maybe I'll just take it and hope for the best. So I want that die to be less than that die.
That doesn't really work with your dice.
I know, well, it might. We don't know what the coming cards will be. So I'm decreasing my 5 to a 4, and I'm increasing my 3 to a 4. So right now the card isn't working, but I'm hoping I'll get a negative for that die so I can make it work. If nothing else, the card is worth at least 1 point because I have the industry token. The transport token, I should say.
Boo. Well, I'm dropping everything there because...
Everything?
Everything!
Ron just dropped all of his assistants right there because he really wants that service factory token.
I do. But Steph's probably going to not let me have it. Because
So
that's what she
mean.
does.
So mean! Okay, that plus that is greater. I don't think that's gonna work. Odd. Is it possible to get the perfect card?
Never.
Alright, well, just because Ron said so, I'm taking this one. So this one says 5 points minus the lower number. But I got my minus over here that we just talked about. So I get to move my 4 down to a 3. So now that card works. And I don't have to worry about it anymore. Over here, I have to increase it by 1. But maybe I'll get a decrease to have my points be a little bit more. If I can get that down to 1, it'd be 5 minus 1 versus 5 minus 2. Still 3 points either way, though. Oh, unless I increase it, which I shouldn't do. I get a lot of industry tokens.
There. And that becomes a 5. That becomes a 3.
I really need to go somewhere other than that place.
No. You should fight. Put all your guys there so I get all the other factories again. It's great.
I don't want to do that. So if I do 3 plus 2, that's not even. That one is greater than 9. That's not going to work for me. Odd could work for me. I'll just take the hit for my service card and put it all here. Because it keeps that at 3, which is good for this card. I will need it to be odd. And then this increases to a 3. So now my combined score for these two dice, 3 plus 3 is 6, which is even.
Well,
Ron could still pass if he wanted to, which would be great, so then I can go first.
well, since Steph likes going first, I'm going to pass and sweep all these lovely cards away.
Ah. Oh, blue card.
And Steph is out of workers.
I'm out, so it's all you. It's the Ron show at this time.
Now, which of these happy, fun cards do I want? Are any of them what I want them to be? Yes, that transport one at the end
No.
is exactly the one that I want.
I say no, but it really doesn't matter because I still got the control over those 2 tiles.
Yep. Now all my cards work and everything is good and happy like not guaranteed.
Okay, so I score some points now. This is accurate. That die is 2, it's even. This die is 3, it's odd, so I get 4 points. Again, I discuss the value of the combined of 3 and 3 is even. That's 6, so I get 3 points. 5 minus the lower number of 3, which is 2 points. And then 3 is less than 4 for 4 points. So my total for the round is 13 points.
13 points. And all of my cards are correct. Sum is odd. 2 is equal to 2. Those two are even. The sum of those is odd, so I get 12 points.
Still beating you.
Yes.
So we clear the cards.
And we collect the Happy Fun Factory tokens.
Yay.
So I get a service, Steph gets a point. I get a transport, Steph gets a point. I get a military.
Steph gets nothing.
Uh,
Steph gets
transport and industry.
yay.
And I get points.
Double the points. Collect you guys. Sweep the row. Last round. I'm gonna put these out. What did I do? No. Blurry.
Blurry.
So can go over more.
Yep. My cards are encroaching on the play area.
And I'm still first because Ron chose to pass last time.
We gotta roll our dice.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll our dice. Okay, so I got a 2 blue, a 2 maroon, a 2 green, a 2 pink. Oh, no, I just wanted to say 2 again. It is 3 pink and a 4 purple. And for my first trick, I have no green tokens, so maybe I shouldn't go for the green cards. So
No, it's a wonderful idea.
it's a wonderful idea, I'm sure of it. So I'm gonna actually put a few markers with that one and take this. So it says both dice combined equal an even amount. So that my 2 increases to a 3 and my 2 decreases to a 1 for a value of 4. So we're good right now.
I'm going to go here and take this green card. My 3 is going to be a 2. My 6 is going to roll around to a 1. And hey, the sum is less than 4.
So the higher number minus 2. I don't really have any high numbers, so I don't think I want that. So odd and even. I like that. I like this card here. So I'm going to put one guy there. I'm going to keep my 1 the same, which helps this card out. But this will go up to a 3. So I'm going to need a minus on this side right here for the next card to keep that card accurate.
I'm going to go there. I'm going to take this card, which is nice and good and happy like.
2.
2. Ooh.
Huh. That die. Higher die minus 2. Man, it could work.
Couldn't
I'm
it?
doing a cheat. I'm going to look at my cards that I collected.
You're
See.
allowed to do that.
I know. You can look at your cards. It just feels like I should already remember things, but I can't. Alright, so maybe it's not a terrible idea for me to drop a whole bunch of guys down. Right here. It gets me this die, which is what I need to be a 2. This one increases to a 4. Maybe I can increase it a little bit more to get that a higher number. So my higher number minus 2.
I'm going to go here and take this lovely card. I'm using an assistant, so that 2 stays a 2, and that's a 7-point card.
Ron, I don't like these cards.
You still have the option of passing.
All right, I will. There's no other round, so Ron won't be going first next time. Need better cards. What does Ron want? Hmm. I know what I want.
Oh, you do now, do you?
Yep.
Well then.
You gonna sweep them?
Well, since you seem to want something and I don't care. Sure, sweepy sweep, sweep, sweep.
This is what I deal with on a regular basis. Really, Ron?
Really?
Ugh. Worst.
Those all got so much better. Not.
I got rid of my industry token, so I kind of messed that up. Well, the only thing that really makes sense is this one, the 4s. If I had an industry token, I could put it there and just keep it at 4, which would get me a lot more points. But since I don't, it will increase it to 5. That will remain a 4 with my equal sign, and still score me 2 points, which is better than no points.
Bleh.
How about a 1? You could. You get 2 points for it.
Are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd lose those points.
Oh, well, I got nothing.
Yeah, you would have nothing.
You could just keep them. Get 0 points. Ha.
I don't like that. So, might as
Gets
well.
a little thinky.
Oh, but I can't. Nope.
Totally stumped him.
You didn't stump me. I'm just trying to think which is more valuable to me.
Ron never
Taking
has
these
his AP.
or keeping the cards scoring.
Do you still have assistants left?
I do.
Okay.
And that's
so
the
you
thing,
could-
I
you
can
could
dump all the
keep that.
assistants here and take these industry markers, or I could keep my cards scoring points.
No, I think I would win if you. Oh no, you would win.
Oh, I could.
Math is hard.
I don't think the military is worth it. Service isn't really worth it either. Industry, on the other hand, industry is worth it. So,
Any day.
any day now.
Oh, you're
I will
sleeping over
go
there.
there. Take that. Use my 2 assistants so I don't screw up the other cards. And be done with it.
So we're done.
Yep.
I scored all my cards, so I get 3 points because these are even. I get an odd and even, so it's 4 points. My higher number is 5 minus 2 is 3, and I get 2 points for this because I only have 1 4, so that was 2, 5, 9, 12.
12.
Could be better, but
Even though I didn't score any points for this card, I get 15 points. Isn't that special?
really?
Yep.
But I get all of these tokens.
Oh, do you now?
Most of them. I get this one, and this one, and this one.
And I get those 2 and these points. And you get those 2 points.
No! I get some points, though. Okay, so now we can display our cards. That's what I usually like to do with our... I got all 3 transports. I hope I got a ton of transport. Industry, service, military, service, So I got military, transport, service, military, industry, service, transport. Okay, so I got... Sorry, I'll sit back. Sorry about that. So I get 1 point for my blue card, Ron.
1 point.
1 point. I get 3 times 2, which is 6 points. And then I get 2 times 3, which is 6 points. I get 1 times 4, which is 4 points. I should have tried harder for those tokens, huh? And I get 1 times 2 is 2.
Let's see what I get. I get 1 times 2 for 2 points. I get 2 times 4 for 8 points. 2 times 1 for 2 points. 3 times 3 for 9 points. And 1 times 2 for 2 points.
Now I'm just adding up my tokens, my victory points. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. How'd you do?
64.
I got 67. Ha! I beat Ron! It's always a good day.
Oh wait, I forgot this 5.
No, you're a liar!
69!
No, you did not.
It was on the card. I just didn't
What?
move it over.
This is what he does. He
Oh.
makes you think you win, and then you don't.
Crushing your hopes and dreams.
Rude.
Quite.
Anyway, this was Sentient. Hopefully you enjoyed it. One of my favorite dice games. Awesome game from 2017. Fell in love from the first play, so hopefully you get to try it out. Thanks for coming along.